And welcome back to the Hot Lap, where we are talking Australia qualifying, Melbourne qualifying. Yep, a great place for a race. That is tomorrow. But this is today, Saturday, qualifying day, where Tsunoda as well. But as we got on the headline, Williams shocked the world of F1. What a turnaround compared to this time last year. Many surprising qualifying results, many really good qualifying results, and many not so good. So, as always, there's going to be some happy people. There's going to be some disappointed people. Let's talk about both of them. Now, when I said both of them, I meant like them in a collective, not just one happy, one disappointed, but one happy person. No doubt is going to be Lando Norris, who broke Australian hearts in Melbourne. As I tell you what, the cheer for Oscar Piastri as he threw his car across the start-finish line and Q3 to go first. I thought, yeah, and I was really happy for Piastri. I thought, okay, Australian and pole, but then Lando had to come and ruin it. But it is a McLaren 1-2. It is kind of, as many predicted, a McLaren all front row. People are saying, oh no, it's over, McLaren have won the champ. No, they haven't. They haven't, by a long way, let's be honest. Remember last year with the Red Bull? But what a start for McLaren, and absolutely deservedly so. But let's get into who qualified where, shall we? So here we go. This is qualifying. This is the grid. And the grid is obviously a McLaren front row. Absolutely stunning from both McLaren drivers. What a car they've built. What a car. So, as you can see here, we've got Lando Norris, Piastri, front row. Then we got Max Verstappen. Let's be fair, Max did a really good job in third. Bearing in mind, okay, right, let's bear in mind that Verstappen in the practice 1 and 2 was pretty much absolutely nowhere compared to the, compared to the top teams. And the top teams, I'm talking about Ferrari. Yeah, we'll get into them, what happened. And then overnight, just like Red Bull are very good at doing, they find some speed. Verstappen finds some speed, and with that car, zonks right up to P3, as you can see. Absolutely amazing. Next up, we have George Russell, who didn't do too bad either. And bearing in mind where his teammate finished, well done, George Russell. And also, yeah, Liam Lawson, but more on that in a bit. So, 5th, Yuki Tsunoda. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, where was he hiding that pace? 6th, Alexander Albon. Not bad. We'll get into Williams, but I'm so happy for Williams. I'm so happy for Albon. And out qualifying Carlos Sainz. Having said that, let's be fair, kind of like Lewis Hamilton, comparing to Carlos Sainz, both of them are respectively the new guys in their teams. So Leclerc 7th, Hamilton 8th, a Williams at qualifying, both Ferraris in a, well, seemingly sort of in a Williams sandwich, minus Gasly. 4th row for Ferrari. Yeah. Okay. 9th is Gasly. 10th is Sainz. And then we've got the highest place rookie. I thought it was going to be doing, but yeah, he kind of came unstuck a bit, didn't he? But it is Isaac Hadjar. Well done him. 12th, Alonso. 13th, Stroll. I think that's the best they're going to get. Alonso probably could have gone faster. 14th, doing. 15th, Bortoletto. 16th, Antonelli. 17th, Hulkenberg. Oh dear, Liam Lawson. But it only is his first official Red Bull qualifying session in the Red Bull team. Give him some time. 19th and 20th. Ocon and Behrman. Does that mean that the Haas is the slowest car? People are talking about the Haas officially being the slowest car, which is, I guess, for some slightly upsetting. Now, before we get into the sector times, I'd like to say that with a potential thunderstorm on the way to Albert Park, the FIA is re-evaluating the start time for the Australian Grand Prix. This was posted an hour ago by Fastest Pit Stop. Thunder warnings. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. It kind of sucks if you're set on the, I think, 4 o'clock lights out time. But I'd rather have a race I'd rather have an Australian race than a Belgian Grand Prix 2021. But this here is the as you can see here, this is the sector time. So we've got Norris fastest in sector 1, Verstappen fastest in sector 2, Norris fastest in sector 3. The ideal time, obviously Norris, and then but it's Russell fastest in sector 2, which is quite interesting. But he did finish 4th. Hamilton, bearing in mind Hamilton finished all the way down in 8th. He's fastest in Sector 3, third fastest, sorry, behind the McLarens. And that's a sector that Hamilton's always done historically quite well in when you look over the results. Yeah, and it's all spattered around. I mean, the top Williams guy, the top Williams sector is Albon in 4th. Just, 600ths off, but not too bad. And then Sector 2, I mean, Lewis Hamilton, what's going on there? Him and Leclerc really seemingly struggle. Now, we'll get into Ferrari in a bit, but I don't think Ferrari would be too disappointed. I think George Russell is going to be mightily, mightily happy. So, this made me laughing on Twitter. 8th, and then someone's put, this is not what we meant when we said, when we won the 8th. Crying emoji. Yeah. Me too. Absolutely. Come on, Lewis. Come on. You can do better in the race. So, what I thought was interesting is Yuki Tsunoda's P5 equals the Red Bull Junior team's best qualifying result in Australia. And look who it is. P5 for Max in 2016. P5 for Yuki Tsunoda in 2025. Well, absolutely amazing. Well done. So, this is Yuki Tsunoda returning home, or returning to the paddock, and elation. I mean, and look at that. They're so happy. He deserves it. He deserves it. I mean, you've got to wonder what's going through Yuki Tsunoda's mind. Is it like, yes, Liam Lawson didn't qualify at 18th. I qualified exceedingly higher. You've got to wonder, haven't you? What's going through his head? Is it Christian? Ha, I told you so. I don't know. But good vibes there. There's Lauren Mecchi in the background. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Yuki Tsunoda. Now let's go on to Ferrari. P7 and P8. Now initially disappointing, yes. I'd say it's more disappointing for Ferrari, but Hamilton can be happy. I know, sounds a bit weird. Stay with me. The reason why, okay, I mean, as you can see here, Lewis Hamilton still very much smiling after qualifying P8, which is not normally what you'd think Lewis Hamilton. Qualifying P8, you'd normally think, yeah, that's kind of a big disappointment, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's a bigger disappointment as we make out. And in terms of the wet race, he went freaking out. I've never driven the car in the wet. I don't know which buttons I'm going to switch to tomorrow, so it's going to be new. He's kind of got some studying. Now, the reason why I don't think it's as bad for Lewis as many people think, when you looked at practice, the first practice session, 6 tenths behind Leclerc. Then 4 tenths behind Leclerc. And now, when we look at qualifying, it doesn't really, it doesn't say the numbers, does it? But yeah, not, Hamilton, we're talking not, when we look at his ideal lap time here, in top 10 sector times in qualifying, he's actually faster than Charles Leclerc when we look at his ideal lap times there. So and he only qualified a couple of tenths behind, so he's getting closer and closer and closer with each practice session, which I don't really think is the worst thing in the world. I think it's all right. I don't think Hamilton's got anything to worry about. He's still smiling. It is his first race, and as we saw, his race pace seemingly slightly better than Charles, and Charles naturally very good in qualifying. Both of them, I think, fairly solid in wet weather, although Hamilton does not know his car very well. So we shall have to see. But I still expect big things from Hamilton. A points finish, absolutely minimum. But let's get into the story of the day. Williams qualifying results. P6 for Alex Albon, P10. Who would have thought 1 year ago that both Williams would be in the points? And everyone writing off Alex Albon, saying Carlos Sainz is going to wipe the floor with him. Yeah, qualifies him by 4 places. The but is Alex Albon knows the car better, knows the philosophy of the car better. He knows the team better. Kind of like Lewis Hamilton's sort of struggles at Mercedes, but this is what it means. This was the boys at Williams. Yeah, Alex Albon got that result. Yes. Yeah, bleeping and all, absolutely. I mean, look at that. And what the reason I'm showing this is I'm so happy. This team, this time last year, if you remember, Alexander Albon had to steal Logan Sargent's car because Alexander Albon had made a whoopsie. And yeah, I mean, look, this time last year, look at that red flag, whoops-a-daisy, and look at that now. Cannot think of it. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Well done, Williams. Well, it's just James Vowles, my favourite team. But this is what Alexander Albon had to say after the qualifying.
Okay, qualifying done with. Really happy, really happy.
Absolutely,
feels like, a bit unexpected to be in P6, but yeah, got it all together on the final run finally. And,
He did.
Car felt great. Was enjoying every lap out there today. Car was feeling really hooked up. I'm
looked
shocked
good.
how close it was though. It felt like 1/10 was pretty much what you're fighting for every single lap you did.
I know.
A sign of things to come in the year. I think it's going to.
I mean, I seriously hope of it. It is a sign of things to come. Williams on the up, and you have to wonder what they're going to do for 2026.
Be a dogfight, but for now, let's focus on tomorrow. See how the rain plays out, and if we can move forward.
There you go. Job done. Congratulations. We're shocking the world there. Now, I just wanted to share this. The story behind this, if you don't know, Helmut Marko came out and basically said Bortoleto is a B-grade driver. He is absolutely rubbish. And then this is the Batman or Robin slap meme, where is Lawson? Slap Bortoleto is a B-grade driver. Where is Lawson? PS, now not to take the mick out of Liam Lawson. It's his first time in that Red Bull, and it may well be quite difficult to drive. There's all this pressure on him as well. We do need to give him a break. He will come good. I'm sure he'll have a solid race, and I'm sure he'll come good in the next 2 or 3 races. But it is interesting, and it is something to talk about. But I do like Liam Lawson, and I think he will come good. I think these memes are gone. But Aston Martin, P12, P13. Disappointing, really. But we say disappointing. Bearing in mind, yeah, in the practice they look solid, but when you reverse all the way to the test, didn't look particularly impressive, did they? So I think P12, P13 is probably the most they could have realistically got out of their car, and well done to Stroll for being within a shouting, within reach of Fernando Alonso, who wasn't really particularly happy with the media, was he? So last but not least, we've got George Russell P4, Kimi Antonelli P16. Yeah, George Russell really happy. Kimi, I mean, they said, he made a mistake. He went off. He damaged the floor. Not particularly great. Not particularly great at all, is it, for Kimi Antonelli? And yeah, I mean, they say P16. I think they should be disappointed simply because, he made a mistake like, for example, Ollie Behrman, who didn't even partake in qualifying because there was something wrong with the car when they put it all together. That's the risk you take, isn't it? But they're learning. I guess it's good that they're learning their lessons sooner rather than later. But what can George Russell do from P4? He's no slouch in the way. And the exciting thing is, he is alongside Max Verstappen. And let's be fair, I doubt they exchanged too many Christmas cards as well in the off season. But anyway, if you made it to the end, thank you very much. Just clicking on this video is more than enough for us. If you want to do more, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification button if you do not want to miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to do a bit more, hit the like button. Comment below. Let us know what you think about qualifying. But until then, we will speak to you soon. Thank you again for watching. But above all else, stay safe.